Welcome back, YouTube. Look at the flickering. So I have been painting and decorating, and let's just say there's some lines in here where I've been, cross-troweling, and that has been going off rather fast. And in the corners, I'm not the most amazing because I worry about covering more than I do pushing in corners. There's a few lines in the corners I've been going around. So I talk a lot. I don't feel it's very necessary for me to show you mixing up filler. I'd rather just talk, explain some things, and you can go forth, have your own context. If I put you guys up there, right, filler. Do's, don'ts, wills, won'ts, goods, bads, the uglies. Pick any filler you like. There's not like, this is best for this is best for this. Obviously, I say pick anything you like. Obviously, make sure it's intended for interior and it's not for wood, or it's not for exterior, or it's not cement, or it's not silicone. For filling walls, you want some interior easy fill, some polyfill. I like this stuff. It's sold in my local Travis. You can buy it online, probably get it on Amazon. Then is what I do is I get one of these, which is a paint kettle. Opposite of plaster, I add my easy fill powder, then I put it under the tap and we give it a little stir. You want it gloopy like Angel Delight. I don't know, you'll get a feel for light and fluffy. Oh, that's running like water. Anyway, so we mix up with something like this. Little areas, I will push it in there like that. Then, doesn't have to be a Marsh return, don't have to be anything expensive. Point I'm making is, if you're trying to fill something like this, by having the larger surface area, you can just cover better. Like, if I was to get this, and then start going loads of, don't get me wrong, you would still get it, but you'll then sand down and then you'll then have high and low points. Whereas by using a bigger, you can flatten off quicker, better, easier. So there was a few trail marks, I don't know whether that can see me. Yeah, it can, yeah. So there was a few trail marks over this socket where I've gone bloom and then carried on and where I've come across and stuff. So all I do is I would literally, like I'm skimming, where I got the hawk and everything and then a trowel in one hand, I literally just go and I'd paste it up on the edge. And then, I'm not telling you guys how to suck eggs, you obviously know how to use filler, but if you want to listen to some tips and techniques, here you go. Put that on there, push hard and drag so that's, bending back like yay. You don't want to be 90 degrees and scraping because you're just going to drag lines with the edge. And you don't need, depending on how wet the mix is, you don't need to be pushing hard. If anything, is what I do is I go quickly and I make sure I take near enough everything other than like a thin bead along the top off there. You don't want to be going like that, and then when you pull your spatula off, it's all pushed up around the top here and it's coming over the front, because all that means is you're pushing into the wall faster and you're dragging to lay it on. You're literally going, and it's going bloop everywhere. So you just want to, and just slowly get flatter and stay flat until that stops dragging. And then say you come here but you wanted to do over there, then you can just go and take it off and take it off. And when you fill in, don't worry about, I haven't really got anything to show you. Don't worry about if that suddenly stops. Say if I've gone like that and that suddenly stops along there and there's a hard line, don't worry. It's called easy fill for a reason. So I've actually been going around filling. Another tip, moving on from the filling. Tier 1 DIYers, just pick up something like a Patras box, a plasterboard back box, or you don't really want a metal back box. You don't really want this, right? And then what you want to do is, you want to put that on there. You want to make sure that that's wider than that, that's over the front, and so that you're and sanding. Or Amazon, I'll try and find one. I was donated this by a painter and decorator. He left it laying around, and don't leave things you want laying around, do you? Charlie says he has left all his tools out. Nah. This I found on a job. I didn't exactly make a point of going around like, guys, is anyone lost? But yeah, anyway, that's it. All the comments are going to be you thieving. Opened myself up for a fire in the hole there. Anyway, so like tier 1, just get a block of wood, something solid and flat. And you can go around and sand and make sure it's got square edges or at least straight edges. You don't want curved edges and you're trying to pull straight lines on the corner of a wall because you want the corner of that edge to go into that wall. And anyway, waffling, you get what I'm saying, yeah? Or tier 3, the professional level. I've got bad tennis elbow or something W cramp. Absolutely knackered this elbow over the years of swinging a big old hammer. Mad. Anyway, pole, pick that up in, I don't know, Wix or Screwfix or B&Q. To be fair, it doesn't matter whether you had like a small 2-foot one that extends to that, because you still reach the ceiling, it still does the same job. Anyway, these sand heads, they're on like a UJ, so it can go left and right and forwards and backwards. So wherever I want to tilt that will go. And then all you want to do, even if you've got like hard lines or something like that, is just put that on the wall flat. Don't put a lot of pressure on it. And just give it a gentle sand like that. Same on the ceiling, same on the walls. Then when it comes to down the corners, like you've got to be careful. You don't want to be dragging loads of harsh lines. You don't want to be like snagging this paper or like catching these pins and scoring new lines that you didn't have on day one. But you know, you can put that in there. Don't know why I'm going ham on that corner. There's 2 larder units, you know, but be warned. The plaster and the paint being damp, wet, whatever, probably going to build up on there. Just knock it out a little bit or change your sandpaper. Be aware of that. So that's like, yeah, that's your best option, DIYers, and then that's sort of, yeah, how you want to fill and sand. Then you look, again, like this. Tip, if you can keep that long ways, how you're working it, and look how I'm holding that. I'm literally just putting enough pressure on that to put it on the wall. That is a nasty trail mark. Did not see that. Right, so that's that. And then you don't have to, but look, I've got a big roller. It's a standard one in Screwfix B&Q is like a 10. This is a 12. Compensating, isn't I? Got to have a laugh. So anything you didn't understand, comment below, and I'll absolutely do my best to help you guys out. I would love to be setting out at the moment, but I'm going to be putting another coat on, so I'm going to be going straight over my marks. So for the moment, we're calling it a day. I might go and do a live. I've done a live on the skimming this, and I had no damn audio. So apologies guys, I'll make sure I don't mess the next live up. I'm probably going to go and review the plans on my computer and assess where we're going to, well, I know where we're going to start. Let's actually talk a little bit about that. Let's roll a video and we'll talk about that. Right then. Top tip, tradie information for DIYers or for anyone that would just love to understand kitchen fitting. So here's my top tip or my go-to point of reference. You ready? Doesn't matter if you've got 2 corners or 1 corner. 1 corner's obviously easier because that's the only corner. But if you've got 2 corners, don't stress. Just pick one that is the most important to you. So for context, you might walk in this door and think, that corner there is more important. Or you would think, that corner's more important because I have a doorway there. For me, important things are like the sink wants to be central to the window. And yeah, corners need to line up. But is what I'm getting at, guys, is corners are definite points. Corners don't move. That there on the wall, you know, if that wall is measured incorrectly, you can slide that left and right, it makes no difference. But a 90-degree corner makes a big difference. So, pick your corner that you want to start with. If you've got 2, pick one that's more important, and if you've got 1, that's the point where you start. And then that's it. You set everything out from a definite point, i.e. the corner. And given my experience, I like to allow like 2 or 3 mil on my corners just in case, and then I can always tap things back 1 or 2 mil, because you can always silicone cork 2 or 3 mil. You know, you can make 2 or 3 mil up on tiles easy. You've got like 5 to 8 millimeter to play with tiles around you, say your worktop area. If you was tiling, this is going to be quartz, so this has to be bang on. Yeah, I don't really know what else to explain other than that. If there's anything, like obviously I'm going to explain loads as I go. There's loads of secret ways that I screw these units together that are coming up. There's loads of like pro tips to like how I set the legs up, to how I get them flat, and it's all revolves around like, I've got an amazing laser level that just floats glass flat all day long. It is like a 3 mil line, but if you know where on that 3 mil line you are and you repeat it, then it's all repeated the same. It doesn't matter whether it was a 10 mil line or, well, 10 mil's getting a bit big. That's taking the mickey a little bit. But just making things repeatable makes life a lot easier. We are going to have to be slightly careful along this wall here because I'm 2 or 3 mil tighter than I should be. And that shouldn't be a problem because I should be able to adjust and cut down my corners, but that needs to stay central to look nice, and yeah, other things. So something that I had to do, that I chose to do, which is not recommended always, or in fact, I don't, depends how confident you are. I don't really recommend this at all unless you've got confidence you can successfully pull this off. But I'll let you into something. When this kitchen was designed, there's an appliance going there, and I've made that a 600 cupboard. And my 600 cupboard that was there's now an appliance, hence the socket and the spur and everything else. And it's not the fridge, relax. The fridge is going right there in the corner. The radiator is going up there. You've got an extra socket there. We've got our 2.5 ring here to set all our, get my words out, to set all our appliances off of. We have our 6 mil for our induction hob, and we have a spur here, which is in 2.5, which is going up to the fan abstractor, which could have been 1.5, but you do it in 2.5 and you covered your ass. You've got some 1.5 here for some lighting. I've got a loop in, loop out for the lighting on this side. And then that travels over and comes down to one of these. So one of these goes all the way over there, and this one goes straight up to here, which would be lighting along here. Put those 2 sockets on just so I can charge. I've got my pipe working. I need to sort out my waste. Loads and loads of tips coming, guys. But please, if there's anything you feel might not come up that you do want to know, like, oh, I've got this going on in my kitchen, what's going on with the doors, or, I can't read your mind, guys. I don't know what's going on. But literally, there's not a comment I'll ignore, as long as I understand it. I am bad for reading. But as long as I can, yeah.
Ever had a dreams that you had
Just if you do your best to try and help me understand you, I'll then do my best to break something down and explain it so you'll understand it and how to overcome your problems. Because that's what makes a good tradie. A good tradesperson solves any problem, basically. So yeah, guys, this is where we're at so far. Got a bit of filler going off in that corner that needs to dry. Over there, this ceiling, there's quite a few lines in this ceiling. But over there in that corner, that's laying quite wet. That corner's not really going to be seen, but that's not the point, so we're making it look good. That corner might not get seen, but it could get seen. This wall is definitely getting seen, so that is why I've sanded it so hard. And we'll probably give that 1 or 2 coats. And we are using this. I've already mist coated with that because that was cheap, or I say cheap at the time. There's no right or wrong. Mist coat is like a pointless coat. You water it down and you chuck it on just to get some paint to bond to the plaster so that the plaster's not dry and sucking moisture out of the paint and turning it to like powder. That is the idea of a mist coat. So if you didn't understand what I just said there, I don't know how well I explained mist coats when I was doing it earlier, so I'll cover it again. A mist coat for bare plaster is like 40% water, 60% paint, or maybe 20% water, 80% paint. It depends time of the year and what plaster looks like. Some people like it really milky. Some people prefer it a little bit thicker. Bottom line is, if this plaster was wet and you just put fresh paint, if you put fresh paint clean on plaster, it makes me skin crawl, but you would be able to get your fingernails and drag your fingernails down there and it would just come off in your fingernails. Whereas by wetting it up, don't get me wrong, it's still powdery, that you can't scrape it off here. It's keyed to the wall and it's bonded. That is the principle and the whole idea of a mist coat. So when it comes to fresh plaster, I recommend just buying some cheap white paint or any leftover, as long as it's interior paint. Don't go and put like exterior render Sandtex and go and then like ruin a flat wall or a flat ceiling. Obviously make sure it is interior paint. But yeah, husbands and wives, if you're arguing over what colour to paint the kitchen, when it comes to the mist coat, buy cheap. Don't be arguing over, this is going to cost so much. Just buy something cheap, and it's called whitewashing or mist coating. Whitewashing, just mist coat and whitewash the walls so that there's something there for the proper colour or the appropriate colour to key to and go on well. And then once mist coated, you want to give it one coat to cover and then 2 top coats. In my personal opinion, I'm no professional painter and decorator. If you are a painter and decorator and you're watching this and you have any better tips, comment below. I'm a humble man, teach me. But yeah, I think you can get away with 2, but I'm telling you to do 3 because then you've 100% covered and it's going to look nice. I think I did briefly talk about like flashing in the ceiling, which is like where, let's turn the lights off and we'll try and show you. Oh, that's gone dark. So yeah, I don't have any flashing. But look, when I go up to the ceiling like this, or if I turn like this, do I see? No, we don't. Because I know what I'm doing. But when I next paint these walls, I'll try and cover flashing a little bit better. And I'll try and cover in the next video anything you guys comment below. Although I appreciate I'm possibly on another job now because I've got like 70 something clips and this is Tuesday the 23rd of July and I'm probably in August when this comes out because this kitchen fit is probably going to go on for quite a few episodes just purely because there's so much to talk about and so much to explain so that I can try and help you guys. But yeah, comment below guys how you're feeling, what you think. Do I talk too much? Do I not talk enough? Am I explaining it well? Am I not explaining it well? Are you a member of YouTube Premium? That's something I'd like to know. Because tell you what, I'm waffling. Let me show you something decent. So I've got a little question for you guys in return. Are you YouTube Premium members? I highly recommend it. You don't have to watch the ads. I don't know whether there is ads on these or not. I don't know what goes on with YouTube, whether I'm monetized or not yet. I just put these videos up and what happens, happens. Anyway, let me show you how YouTube Premium could be beneficial to you. It's completely your choice, but I love it. So let me show you the dear friends over at Off the Job Trade Podcast. Here's why I like YouTube Premium.
Good man.
So if I want to listen to these guys...
I can't remember. You can't beat beans on toast, though.
Oh,
I
you love a bit of beans on toast. Do you like Worcester sauce on it?
Nah. Well, I never tried it, so I can't say nah.
So I can close my phone, put my phone down, connect it to the radio, and whether I'm listening through Spotify or YouTube to listen to them, I can just come back to it.
Yeah, it's alright, that is.
I was saying the other day, I just love our breakfast. You got...
And I can play it in like different speeds. I can select the quality that I want to watch it in, and there's no adverts. That's the benefit of it. I'm not sure what it costs, but in my personal opinion, I can tell you that YouTube Premium is worth it. So if you fancy it, check out YouTube Premium and check out Pete and Kieran at Off the Job Trade Podcast. Thanks for watching, guys. I've talked your ears off this now about painting this room and decorating and kitchen fitting, I should think. So I'll leave you be and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye. Ta-da. Mate, it's been well hot today. I'm not enjoying this heat. I'm a man that enjoys 16 degrees heat all year, so I can just plod along in my shirt. Right, that's the end of today's video. Hope I haven't chewed your ears off. I hope you've made it this far, because guess what? The riddles are back. Do you like my little mic attachment? Got quite big earlobes, so plenty of grip. Anyway, this week's riddle. I'm tall when I'm young, and I'm short when I'm old. What am I? If you think you know the answer, comment below. If you need more time, pause the video. If not, here comes the answer. So the answer to I'm tall when I'm young and I'm short when I'm old, what am I? Answer is a candle. Yeah, I'm trying to get you guys engaged in the videos. I super hope you're enjoying them. Quite a few of you guys, most of you guys are getting involved in the comments now. Thank you so much. And even if it's just a thumbs up, get involved in the comments, guys. I'm going to consider, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do this because I've got to weigh up what the cost is. But to the people that get involved and start leaving comments that like Michael Johnson, Robbo, and I don't really have a name, but there's someone with like letters all through their username. There's like two or three of you guys that are really getting involved, and I thank you guys so much. Keeps me motivated. It keeps me wanting to push forwards. Like I'm going to push forwards regardless, I think. But like I really want to know what you guys want me to talk about or not talk about, or how you want me to display this. Because I could display my work in loads of different ways. Like I'm quite big on YouTube. I flick through a couple of channels and there's different ways of people doing things. And I just think like, what's going on? I feel like I lay this out really well and I explain things so well, and like I'm a world of information, and then I see the views drop off. So help me, guys. I'm debating doing like a t-shirt for some merch, because I'm close to watch hours on like selling merch and like having members. I'm not going to do members. You can relax. I have no interest in segregating you guys from people that pay and people that don't pay. But I'll offer you more if you was interested in merch. And I thought I'd make it special because you guys are like my day ones. I'd put something like I've supported CB Carpentry since 2024, and that's it. I'll do them up until December, and that's it. They will be one of a kind, and they will be special to you lot. Mankind is special to me, I guess. And then yeah, might just change it every year. So like, if I ever bump into you, if I ever get that big, who knows? I'm waffling, guys. Thanks for watching. I've been Charlie. Play the outro. Peace. Bye bye.